So, these maps right here, they show the surroundings of the castle. And as you see down there, there is an arrow that's pointing towards the lava lake, but the lava lake is not really a thing that we need. It's actually just the arrow that's pointing directly towards the secret. Actually, the secret is directly at the tip of the arrow. Oh yeah, also we can go, of course, in here, but I think this is something that most of you figured out if you played the map. The prophecy, a warrior to protect his land must be really well equipped. One warrior had a bladed hand, but now he's in the crypt, meaning that he's dead. And of course the priest that is locked in here, because back then we didn't have the barrier item, or at least I didn't know how to get it. And yeah, so we're gonna give a fish for charity, which I think we will actually have to pick up again and drop in there again because of the glitch that otherwise the redstone signal won't work. And then of course the tower is called the Eye of the Town. Here we have the lever, and once you paid your tribute and pull the lever, the crypt will open and you can get some more loot, which we actually don't need right now because we have pretty much everything. But since iron is better than gold when it comes to armament, we're gonna choose that chestplate instead. So now that we're kind of well equipped, we can leave this rotten place. And yeah, I know that this thing still says what it said in the beginning, but now we can actually go and do some quests. Usually I prefer to go to the actually I think that's the north, right? Yeah, to the north and northeastern temples, which are about over there, and of course over there. But for the sake of shortening this entire thing, we're gonna go here first because they are actually further from the end than the others. So we'll do these first. And by the way, this walkthrough will contain pretty much everything that is in the map. I want to show everything that's in there because, of course, most people probably did not see everything, even if they probably saw most things, but not all of them. So yeah, over here we have a, well, kind of an Easter egg, I could say, which is a small room within this piece of the mountain. And this guy over here, his name is Diego. If you push this button, he will tell you something. You look like someone who could use a good bow. I'm too old for adventures of that sort, so please take my bow from the chest as a gift. Good luck on your journey. And this is Diego's Doombringer, which is actually the best bow in this map. Look at all these effects that it has. It has punch, power, looting, knockback, fire aspect, bane of the arthropods, and infinity. So basically you don't need these stacks of arrows anymore. Whoops. But we're still gonna keep them anyways, just because we can. So after visiting Diego, we now have the Doombringer, which will really make the entire fighting aspect of the map a lot easier. Of course, that will only be the case if we actually encounter some mobs at some point, because so far I've done a pretty good job of only traveling in the light of day, which means no mobs will spawn. This is one way to play the map, by the way. It's totally legit. You don't have to go out at night. It makes the game more difficult if you go out at night. So, next we have right here, this is the Wind Temple. In the Wind Temple, which is of course on top of a mountain, we will find a pair of boots, I think. It's been a long time since I've played anything on this map, since I worked or played this map, so yeah, I don't remember everything. So, of course you have to get back here to actually climb the mountain, because a friend of mine tried the other side of the mountain, and without cheating, that's impossible. It's basically just a gigantic rock on the other side that does not leave any space for climbing. And I actually think I'm failing here right now as well. Yeah, I don't think this is the right way either. But this is. Oh, this might be. Yeah, as I said, it's been a long time. Yeah, no, okay, this was probably the better way to do it. but I do remember that it is possible to get up here. I mean, I've done it several times in the past, so if I can do it, you can do it too. Up! And let's do this again. So, and let's get up here. And now finally we can get up this way. And once we reach this part, we can go here, and here, and here, and the rest is pretty much a piece of cake. That was, yeah, I think we skipped through all of, did all of the difficult part about climbing out here. And of course, like all of my temples, this one has 2 levers, but you actually only need to pull this one, because there wasn't enough space for me to build a mechanism that actually forces you to pull both. This is the Temple of the Winds, and it's pretty dark down here, which means there might be some mobs that have spawned by random, but there will definitely spawn some mobs once you tribute something in here. For example, let's say a fish, and there will be a cave spider and a skeleton. Or at least I think that's a cave spider, right? Yeah, I think I put cave spider in there. Of course, something that was not set in the rules, but should actually be obvious, is don't just go into dispensers and loot them. They will give you the stuff once they think it's right, okay? So, yeah, so it's actually, yeah, it was boots that you get back here. So let's get rid of some stuff that we don't actually need. And let's finally put on these boots with feather falling, meaning that you will actually take less fall damage when jumping down somewhere. And we're gonna try that right now. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. We're just gonna jump into the water. Ah, made it. Okay. Next, right up, is the water temple, which is in the general direction that I'm currently looking in. Well, actually, it's over there. But I was almost right. And I don't know which is actually the fastest way to get there, but I'm just going to take the most direct approach, which is this one. And the water temple is actually not really difficult to get through. I don't think I put anything in there that can be considered unfair. I think the other temples are, especially the earth and the fire temple, are probably more difficult than these two. Which is also a good reason why you should go to these two first, and then do the others. So the Temple of the Swamps, in here you actually have to pull both of these levers. If only one of them is pulled, the door will close. Which is a really simple concept, but it works and makes for a, well, at least somewhat fun effect. In here you of course have to pull both levers again so that the wall here will open. And by the way, as you can see already, there will be drowned corpses once you go on here. And the problem is, they will actually reactivate this on their own. Of course they won't do so now, because the rotten flesh actually activates the pressure plate, which is good, because now we don't have to fight a swarm of zombies. Once we get in here, we have a slime that will of course attack us, split into more slimes, and you know, all that good stuff. In here you find 2 gold ingots that are called sacrifice. So obviously you have to sacrifice them. It doesn't really matter in which order you sacrifice them, because I did not, yet again, did not implement a machine that tells you what to do. But it's just important that you put one in there and one in there. If you do both, this will go down and you can actually get in here. And there are 2 holes, and both of them contain something that will probably be to your liking. First of course, we get the Helmet of Okeanos, which is a respiration, which means that you can dive a lot longer than usual. Wait, what's this? This helmet can get me out of here, yeah, because I think there is some downward, there's some downward current that will actually push you down, and you will probably get out of here without drowning, even without the Helmet of Okeanos, but it's just a lot easier with the helmet. So, next we have the adamantine the adamantine leg plates of Atlas, which just have protection, if I remember correctly. And there's something back there where I came from. It's probably a slime. Ah, there we are. What are you doing? What are you doing here, little fella? So, now that we have both of these, we finished the water temple, and that means that we can actually get out of here, which of course takes some time because I was a douchebag and put a current that will push you back there. But still, it's possible to get out of here. And I know that another one of the slimes just spawned, and oh crap, okay. No zombie spawned there. Now we can get out of here, and the sun is setting, so we might actually see some mobs, and thus some combat. But now I'm so well equipped that this shouldn't be a problem. I mean, having Diego's Doombringer and a diamond sword and mostly diamond armor should easily enable you to obliterate the wither that is known as Squidwarts. And by the way, the wither is just a side quest boss. It's not the actual boss of the game. So this is the secret in the Southern Ice Forest that the other guys spoke of, which is also a pretty simple concept. I don't really know. Okay, somebody or something is in front of the castle. I don't really know why people found this so extremely difficult. It's basically just about timing. It's really only about the correct timing. So what you have to do here is you have to press those, and then you have to be quick enough to get in here. Pulling that lever will open both of these doors, and once you're in here you can push this button, which will reveal the secret way out. And of course you will not only get out of there, but you will be rewarded with a bunch of emeralds and some torches. And I did implement torches in this map because I know that there are some parts of the map that are extremely dark, in which you will probably need a torch, which you of course have to place down in order to see. And this is another reason why you're playing in survival mode, so that you can actually place the torches. And see, we came out right next to the castle, and the zombie wants to hug us. Okay. And there is a witch that spawned. Okay. That usually does not happen that often. I'm just gonna pass her by. Because what we're gonna do right now is have a look at this other secret bag here, and you get out of my way, you bitch. Okay, they didn't see me yet. That means I can still grab something to eat. And then make a run for it, because I don't want to fight unnecessarily many mobs. So, we just ran across the arrow, and down here... Okay, there is a spider. But except that spider that followed us, there is also this room, which of course contains a tripwire, which we just activated, and then a lot of mobs will spawn. And a lot of unnecessary loot will be dropped. Then once we push this button right here, of course another load of mobs will spawn, making this a little more challenging. But also, this door right here reopened up, and the tripwire has been destroyed. As such, you cannot, by accident, activate this trap again. So this was not actually a side quest, it's just a player trap. But not a difficult one. At least not difficult if you have the equipment I'm having at the moment. Alrighty. Next we have to go north, where the other things will be. So hey there, little one. Oh, that's cute. You think you're a threat.